is Vlogmas Day 8. I mentioned that I was going to do a little get ready with me, so that's what today's video is. I'm going to get ready for a date. Me and Rob are going out for lunch together. I thought I would just show you my everyday makeup. I want to look pretty, nothing crazy, so this is literally how I've been doing my makeup every day. And I'm also going to answer a few questions. I'm not going to answer a huge amount, but you know, just a couple that you guys left on a recent Vlogmas. I am freshly showered. I'm feeling much better. Please ignore this. Mortified. I would say generally I'm a pretty good fake tanner. I don't know what happened, okay? I've already done my skincare. You guys have seen my skincare recently, so it's just my usual stuff. I'm going to start with my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is the shade 3. It's a little bit lighter, and I just use this on the high points of my cheeks. I feel like my head looks incredibly wide. I am hugely back into my HMB foundation hype. I use the shade LF8N. I've been really enjoying this foundation recently. It's like very, very full coverage, but not cakey at all. It's got a nice kind of glow to it, and it lasts on your skin so well. While I blend this out, let's answer a question. Did I manage to get Taylor Swift tickets? No, I didn't, guys. I didn't get Taylor Swift tickets. I didn't get Glastonbury tickets. I didn't get Taylor Swift tickets. I am pretty cursed. I've got a couple of gigs next year that I'm really excited about. I'm going to see the Lottery Winners and Noah Khan on Valentine's Day, which I'm so excited about. I love Noah Khan. I didn't get either of the big boys. I didn't get Taylor or Glasto. It could be worse. Maybe next time. I'm using just natural light, and it is actually incredibly dark today. So I'm sorry if the lighting isn't like the most flattering, but I feel like it's the most realistic. I use 2 concealers on my face. The Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Natural Beige. The Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer in Macadamia under my eyes. If I wasn't an influencer / social media person, what would I be doing for my job? And that is a really good question. I mean, my first dream job was a marine biologist. I would have absolutely loved to have been a marine biologist. It's kind of my dream job. I also wanted to be on the West End. But if I'm like thinking realistically what I would have loved to have done, I mean, I could have potentially been a marine biologist or a wildlife photographer, which I would have literally adored. Probably would have continued to be a makeup artist. I would have just continued with weddings, maybe gone into like fashion or something like that. That's probably the most realistic answer of what I would have ended up doing, because I was on that trajectory anyway before social media became a thing. I was doing to earn money when I was a teenager. I also would have loved to have been an interior designer. That's from like when I was there. I think now if I wasn't doing this, I probably would have gone into marketing, like social media marketing. I would have been like a PR girl for a brand, because obviously I know the industry. I would then know like both sides of the industry, and it's something that, you know, I have experience with working with a lot of marketing people and agencies, and I am just part of that big old machine. So just moving to the other side is probably quite a transition that I would be good at, or maybe setting up my own marketing agency. I don't know. That is probably what I would be doing right now if I wasn't doing this, if I wasn't putting makeup on for a living. What's your YouTube goal for next year? Are there more makeup videos coming when your shop takes a little bit less time? The shop's not going to take less time. I mean, for Christmas at the moment, yeah. But in general, it's only going to take more time, if I'm honest and realistic with you. I have got YouTube goals for next year. I'm not going to tell you, because whenever I tell the internet my plans, they never ever happen, ever. And it's embarrassing. Honestly, it's embarrassing. They always say make less plans and make more moves, and honestly that's what I'm going to do next year. I don't think I'm going to tell you guys really as much as I do right now. I am sick and tired of not following through with things, or things not working out the way they're supposed to, or things going wrong. And then you guys constantly asking me questions about where it is. I'm not infuriated by you, I'm infuriated by the situation. It is so annoying when things don't go to plan, sometimes they aren't in my hands. You know, sometimes it is my fault, sometimes it's not in my hands at all. You know, I'll tell you guys that I have something planned, something coming up, I have a goal, and then it doesn't happen, and then for the following 6 months people are asking me, and it's just reminding me constantly of failure. And it is something that I do think massively like affects me, and it makes me like reluctant to talk about things, to talk about my plans. So I think I'm just going to consciously decide not to, or try not to. I'm an oversharer, and I like to keep you guys in the loop. I'm really going to actively try to not tell you guys about things until things are set in stone, things are definitely going to happen, whatever. But like a rough outline is I'd really like to get back to 2 videos a week next year, but I also want to get back up to like 4 TikToks a week, and I also want to put more effort into my Instagram. So I want to improve on all of my platforms. I don't know how I'm going to juggle that yet, because contrary to popular belief, it is actually hard work keeping on top of all of it. I'd like to get up to 2 videos a week, 1 weekly vlog, and then something else. So I have like 4 main kind of content umbrellas. I have fitness and food, I have fashion, I have beauty, and then I have like the shop. So I think potentially my goal could be to alternate. The midweek video is a makeup video this week, and then the weekly vlog we could talk about fitness, and then the following week could be a fitness video, and then the weekly vlog we could talk about a bit of fashion. And then, you know, like I have so many interests and so many hobbies. I want to talk about all of it, but as soon as I talk about one thing that some people aren't interested in, people unsubscribe, and then having no niche is kind of hard sometimes. I'm going to use the pink honey. I know it's controversial, there's a lot of drama going on, but I'm going to use the pink honey BFF bronzer in Toffee Truffle. I have loads of interests, and I do really struggle to find a balance in talking about all of them without boring the people who aren't interested in them. So I don't know, that is a goal of next year, is just to like talk about everything a little bit. I don't know. I would love to hit 250k. I feel like I'm literally ending the year with the same number of subscribers as I started it. I think I've gained maybe 500 subscribers this year. I've lost a lot of followers this year on all of my platforms apart from TikTok. Analytics wise, it's been a rough year. It's been a rough year. But I'm just gonna keep doing my best, keep uploading what I like, and hope that people like it and people discover me and like me. It's, you know, it's hard to not get down on yourself and be really kind of self-critical about not growing online when that appears to be the only thing that matters to people. And I just want to be able to make a living and have a fun life. That is it. That's all I want. I want to make a living. I want to have a fun life. I'm just going to continue to enjoy my life. Would I like my following to grow? Of course. Do I want it to grow drastically? Do I want to be famous? No, I've talked about this loads of times. I'm not interested in being famous. But it is disheartening when you lose followers, when you work hard, you know? But I've not been on my game with uploads on YouTube, you know? I've probably uploaded half the number of videos this year as I did last year. So I can't be too upset because ultimately it was because of me. Yeah, next year I want to hit my 250k goal. That would be really good for me to finally hit it, because it was my goal to hit it this year, and obviously that's not happened. So, and that's why I don't tell you guys my goals. They don't always work out. I've been shaving off the ends of my eyebrows recently, as I talked about actually in yesterday's video. So like I said, I cover my microblading, so I'm just popping a little bit of extra concealer. I let that sit for a minute because I want it to have as much coverage as possible, and I can have whatever weird and wacky eyebrow shape I want. But you can already see it's like lifted. I'm so excited for Christmas. I'm so excited to just relax, you know? I love the HMB powder. I use the shade Fair. This is starting to run out. It is so smoothing. And I use the shade Fair to like brighten under my eyes, but I actually use this basically all over. I haven't been using a puff. I've just been buffing it in with a brush recently. It's quicker and easier, and I feel like you can really like buff it in. I don't use half as much powder, but I set basically all over these days. Maybe I do use the same amount, I don't know. And I just buff right in the center of my forehead. I don't set my entire forehead because I add glow here anyway. There's like no point. And then I also set my brows. How have you considered sustainability in creating Project Me? I've been wanting to order but try to limit what I buy unless I need it. That's a really great question. I'm going to bronze with my Hoola Caramel while I answer it. Project Me, though I of course would love you guys to purchase from us, I wouldn't say the items are like essentials, you know? If you're trying not to buy unnecessary things and you don't think that the things in my store are essentials and you would rather save your money or not make a purchase that seems like a non-essential, then I completely understand and respect that. Like, completely, I get it. I made the products to be like a little addition, things that make you happy, things that, you know, can be little treats to yourself, whether that's buying yourself a new sweat set or a t-shirt or a notepad. Like, they're all things that I try to make things that make people happy and that would be like a nice little addition, but the world won't end if you don't have them. I am never claiming to be the most sustainable person in the world, but I do make, you know, choices where I can. The majority of our products are made in the UK, like our candles, some of our apparel. I've been to a factory in Leeds where some of my apparel is made. Our mugs are printed in the UK. I've been to the factory. You know, the candles are poured in Manchester. So I tried to make things as local as I can for the most part. Some are from overseas, which I understand isn't necessarily the most eco-friendly option. But rather than air shipping, I do by boat, which takes a little bit longer, but it's a little bit more eco-friendly. I'm never going to say that we're perfect, because I think that in saying that, I'm setting myself up for failure and for people to call me out. I do try where I can to make better choices, and, you know, I try to minimize how much plastic I use. Like, I don't use bubble wrap in my shipping. I try and use paper. Obviously I use plastic protective sleeves, but I try and find the biodegradable plastic sleeves and like recycled poly mailers and things like that. Like, I do try to make an effort, and yeah, like I said, I'm not perfect, but I could have definitely made easier choices that would be more harmful to the planet. I've made choices that have made my job a little bit more difficult. My timeline's a little bit longer, and costs sometimes a little bit higher. You know, try and make better choices. So that's where I stand on it. I'm never gonna say we're like a sustainable, eco-friendly brand, because I know that there are things that could be better that I'll look into making even better in the future. But for a starting off point, I've made choices that I think are better options where I can. That is kind of my stance on it. And for, like, you know, overconsumption and stuff, I think that is, it's your choice if you want to purchase the products, and you can make that judgment call yourself. Of course, I would appreciate it hugely, but I also completely understand if you don't feel that it's an essential and you don't want to be wasteful. I completely understand that too. So now I've got my little sperm eyebrows. Look how ridiculous they look. Look at that. We draw them back on, but at a slightly different angle. I use a lighter pencil to map out the shape, and I pull in. I basically outline the brow. And then I'm going to take a slightly deeper colour now that I've got like the shape I want, and I'm just going to darken them up. Like that. I'm just going to do the other eye really quick. I'll be back. Brows are drawn on. I kind of like them because they're like villain eyebrows. They make me look a little bit mean. There's glue on it. My Benefit 24-hour brow set. I'm not even using soap brow at the moment, or like any kind of brow product like that. I'm literally just setting them in place. I'm like, this is quicker. My makeup routine has been so speedy recently. I'm back on the pink blush. I'm loving pink blush. This one from Too Faced is the one that I'm liking at the moment. It's in the shade Cloud Crush, and it smells so good. And I just take a fluffy brush, load this shit on, and honestly, I've been going really heavy-handed and really high up. Like, not quite the pink under eye, but like pretty high. I'm really liking it. Then I'm taking Into the Pink from MAC, which is like a blush topper almost. It's a highlight, but it's very pink. And I literally just put this like on the kind of smiley, where I smile. So it adds glow, but it also keeps that pink, so it's not like a stripe of highlight. It just looks like an overall kind of pink glow. Rare Beauty Accelerate. It finally happened. I finally broke it. I feel like everyone talks about how breakable these are. They really are. I would never dare travel with this highlighter, and I just pop this on the very tip top and blend it into the pink highlight, and it stops it from looking like a stripe. It just looks like, so excuse you. Yeah, it just stops the glow from looking like a stripe. It just like makes it all blend a little bit more seamlessly, and I heavily highlight my forehead. I just feel like it makes a huge difference to overall looking glowier. And then I take that same colour with a little pencil brush and I highlight under my eyebrow, my new eyebrow. That also helps to kind of mask where my eyebrow hair is meant to be. I also add this to my inner corners and bring it into this like little crevice here. And then I also highlight my nose. I'm going to use the Vitamin Babe from the Beauty Crop setting spray, because this is basically oil. It like adds an oily film over your face. So if you have really oily skin, I wouldn't recommend this, but my skin's so dry at the moment, this just feels amazing. It adds a level of moisture and glow back to your skin. So this is the base done. The eyes have been so simple recently, as they have been for a long time. I've literally just been taking Hoola Glow from Benefit and just whacking this through my crease. It adds some shape and warmth, but it also has that slight like glow to it. So it kind of brightens up the eye a little bit, sets the concealer in place. I focus it in the crease, but I pull it slightly onto the lid just to add a bit of sheen. Just adds a little bit of definition to the lids. I have loads of current favourite mascaras. I'm loving the Max Factor one, Charlotte Tilbury. But today I'm going to use the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. Another question was, how's my running journey going? Lol, it hasn't been going. It hasn't been going at all. I wanted to run a 10k before my birthday and my life just completely exploded. Running has been the least of my worries. So maybe next year I'm going to actually try, but I think I went on like 4 runs, maybe 5. That's how my running journey is going at the moment. I have no interest in running right now, but I'm going to pick it back up just when I feel like it. Like sometimes I just don't know who I am, but I just get the urge to run. I'm like, God, I just really feel like going for a run. And when I get those moments, I'm going to be like, no, I'm actually going to go for the run. But if I don't feel like it, I'm not going to force myself to run. So I've now been diagnosed for like 2 years. I am not currently medicated. I've never been on ADHD medication. I've been very torn about it, kind of going backwards and forwards about whether I want to be medicated for it. I don't know. I feel like maybe next year I might just try it, because every summer I'm like, oh my God, I'm cured. I've figured out how to function with ADHD and I'm doing so much better now and I haven't been depressed in weeks. This is amazing. And then it hits the winter and I'm like, fuck. I'm much better at functioning in the summer. I don't have, SAD on top of the ADHD and it's more daylight. Oh my God, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I have like more daylight, so I don't constantly, I think the winter really triggers me because I feel like I don't have enough time, which I never feel like I have enough time anyway. But because the days feel so much shorter, it just really magnifies that feeling of dread. I have so much to do, blah, 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 blah. Even when maybe I don't, like maybe the things I need to do will take me 10 minutes. I just feel like I never have enough hours in the day, and I think maybe medication will help me with that, because during the winter it is miserable. Like I am absolutely miserable at this time of year. I just am. So maybe if I start medication next year in the summer, I will have been on it by the time we go into the winter next year. So I'm thinking about maybe going and getting prescribed ADHD meds next year and just seeing if it helps. I haven't talked about it because I haven't done anything about it. Like when I do, I will obviously talk about it and vlog it. But if I do decide to, then I will 100% document the journey. I think that would be interesting and helpful. And I would love to watch that back and see like how it helps. That is how my ADHD is going. It is crippling at times. Go through weeks where, yeah, I genuinely feel like it's ruining my life. I had a full-on meltdown the other day about it and I was just like crying. Like, I don't want ADHD. Like, I don't want it. It's ruining my life. And then some days I'm like, it is what it is. It's how I'm wired. It's just who I am. It's part of my personality. Literally the way I see the world, the way I function. I can't change it. And I love myself, which means I have to also love my little chemical imbalance, you know? I can't hate myself for something that I can't help, but I can potentially get help by medicating. So that's where I'm at with it. It's not the easiest for me. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I do really, really struggle with it, but I'm fine. I guess. I just lined my lips with Cash Beauty Rose Nude. I love this liner. And one of the questions was what has been on your lips recently, and it has been this. And I think this has been discontinued, but it's Charlotte Tilbury Happy Love, and it has just been all I've been wearing on my lips recently. It's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. It's just the right amount of colour and gloss. I love it. When this runs out, I'm going to be so upset because I do think it is discontinued, which is a crime. It's a crime. And now I'm just going to set my face with the Professional setting spray. And that has been my face recently. That is all I've been doing. Obviously when I'm filming it takes way longer, but literally this takes me 15 minutes. It's just the perfect everyday makeup. I don't think I'm gonna have time to do my hair. I probably will just let this air dry because I need to run off and go and meet lovely Rob for lunch. But I'm gonna take you guys with me. I'll show you what I wear and I'll add a little vlog segment onto today's video. Show you what I eat. Say goodbye to Rob, show you me giving him one of his little Christmas presents because he'll want to wear it around Christmas and I'm not going to be with him until Boxing Day now. Thanks for getting ready with me and asking me questions, and I'll chat to you guys in a bit when I'm getting ready to go out. Here's my face on the vlog camera. I am just going to wrap one of Rob's presents. I'm going to do a whole what I got everyone for Christmas video and film me wrapping because that's kind of a tradition on here now. Like I said, I'm giving him one present. One of his favorite memes, if you've not seen it, this won't make sense, but it's like, my meal, my succulent Chinese meal. I thought I would get him a Christmas t-shirt to wear over the Christmas break while he's at home. I think he's going to find this hilarious. This is the guy from the video. It says, a succulent Christmas meal. I think he's gonna love it. So I'm just gonna wrap this for him real quick. Gonna be my best wrapping. It's not my best work. Ta-da! Alright, I need to go. This is what I'm wearing. Honestly, I can't really be bothered to wear anything more impressive than this. I'm gonna wear a jacket and a coat, the final fit. I actually think I'm gonna be a bit cold, but I'm running 5 minutes late, so I need to go. He's patient, bless him, but no excuse to be really late. Sorry, Rob, love you, Rob, sorry, Rob. Succulent